I avoid an FRP and stick with an FRQ?
There's no such thing as an FRP or an FRQ. There is an RFP and an RFQ.
RFP, sorry.
That's okay.
I'm dyslexic when it comes to letters.
I know. I just want to get it into your muscle memory. So, and by the way, you're not the only person who does that. A guy did it to me 2 days ago too. So I would stick to RFQs until you've got 3 or 4 federal contracts under your belt, and then if you want to venture into RFPs. Now, it's not that RFPs are particularly scary or anything. It's just that they can issue the award without discussion. So when I turn in RFPs, I'm real sure about my numbers, about the guy that's going to be doing the job. I spend a lot more time getting RFPs ready.
So this guy that I've talked with out of Texas is he's in 30 states right now on projects.
Okay. If he's doing that much work, then maybe he can bond it back to you, and that way you run no risk at all.
That's what I'm hoping, because he's gone through, he's apparently ex-military. He's got friends who are reps who actually went onto the job walk because they knew he wasn't available, but he was going to bid on it. So he's calling out things that are not even on the spec based off the walk itself. I'm just, yeah, because I don't know if because I haven't even gotten that first one.
Have you gotten any callbacks?
Not yet. I've gotten emails like, yes, received. I just got a receipt for my one, and you were helping me with from the last couple of days.
In your mind, how many responsive bids have you turned in? 10 or 20?
No. The others were practice because I missed out on a lot of moving parts. This last one, I went through and I created a document that I can basically plug and play for forever. I didn't have that before. I didn't reflect back on the scope of work. I just printed it out, signed it, and sent it off. So they were like non-bids. So I feel that I've got one, honestly.
Look, do everything you can to turn in as many before September 30 that you can. Because...
September 30?
Yep.
Then what? They go into new budget?
They go into new budget, and what you're going to see is the number of jobs is going to drop off. Like October 1st, bid tracker report is going to be like 5 pages deep, like 250 jobs, something like that.
Okay.
Total. And then it'll start growing from there. Now, here's the thing. Right now, every federal contractor is filling up their, quote, bonding capacity. Okay, because this is the big push coming up to September 30th. So what happens is they fill their bonding capacity, and so you're not going to have any competition the first few weeks of October. Does that make sense?
So everybody's going to be buried. So worst case is there's going to be less people bidding after September 30th.
That's right. And so my experience and my client's experience is that if you do get jobs in October, November, December, they're typically higher margin contracts because less competition. Because the guys got all their contracts going up to September 30, and now they're trying to get them done so that they can, earn the money.
Right.
So that's the typical cycle, so to speak.
So with that, I should be cautious because I still have not gotten to do one yet.
No, there's no caution to this whole thing.
Well, no, not caution, more FRQ versus more.
Oh yeah, I would be turning in a lot. Yes, I'd be turning in a lot of RFQs right now. I would, everyone that makes sense, I'd be turning in for RFQs, and then in October, November, December, the other element of this thing is that they've got their new budget. You're using 2026 money at that point, which means that change orders, they've got, massive budgets for change orders. So I've gotten jobs in October, November, December, and even January where I might take a little less margin on the front end if I can anticipate that reasonably that there's going to be change orders because I can make it up in the change orders in those months.
Okay. Okay. Because this, if I bid this one, this is an
request for
RFP.
quote, request for proposal. Okay.
This is 270. Their magnitude's 270 to 500.
You got the bonding for that?
I have the bonding for $250,000 past that.
Okay.
And I've got a guy who part of the spec is, here, you got to do all this work, but they're also specking spraying the skylights, which you can't do because that's a safety hazard. You have to build in a curbing to be able to put the skylight up, because if not, you can't actually seal the roof. So those aren't even built into it. So, but if I got this, I would be 3/4 of my budget would be just buried in a project that would take X amount of time.
Well, I mean, if you're making a reasonable monthly overhead on top of, whatever the cost is, then that shouldn't be a problem.
Well, the thing is, he's sitting, so it's 270 to 5 is their magnitude, and my quote from him is sitting at 218,465 after tax. No, so 201.
What is your single job size?
Single job size, I can do up to 3 $250,000 jobs.
Okay, so 250,000.
I have a $750,000 bond.
Aggregate.
That's what I'm qualified for.
Aggregate, but single job size is 250. So
I believe I'm at 250. Yes.
Okay, so look, if the guy's quote is 218, then
no, I'm 201. That's with sales tax.
Oh, he's at 201.
201,815 pre-sales tax. Yeah.
So then you might want to be in there at, I would say, at least $250,000. If he's going to bond it back, then you can go even higher.
So if I'm sitting at a 270 to 500, or do I need to find out from
No. Don't try to bid it. Don't try to bid it based on the magnitude. Okay.
No. I'm just wondering. I'm trying to bid it off the bond aggregate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you got single job size 250, okay.
I need to verify that. I know I'm bonded for 750,000.
Look, there's two numbers associated with your bonding. There's single job size and aggregate. You're telling me your aggregate is 750,000, okay? But your single job size is probably 250. And so really the only question with Scott is hey, on a single job size 250, if I go to 270, but I get the subcontractor to bond it back, do you think, what's the likelihood that it'll go through?
So now this is the next ladder. Because I've not even gotten to this point.
That's okay.
Okay. So that's the only thing, because past that I've got my. Well, the only question is they come up with they come up in the not SOP, but the solicitation is calling identifying major milestones. What does that translate to?
Where did you see that?
It's in the solicitation for this project. It's calling out for cover page on company letterhead, volume 1 technical completed FRP proof of capability to obtain bonds. Volume 2 is price breakdown. Price breakdown must be filled out on the attached pricing schedule document. In order to be determined technically acceptable, the vendor must clearly identify major milestones for the requirement.
Okay, so
restating or copying statement of work will not meet this objective.
Yeah, so what they're looking for is basically a schedule breakdown. Okay, so remember in the workshop we talked about schedule of values, the major billable components of the job?
Oh, that's okay.
So what you would do is you'd lay those things out and then put, approximate time frames. So in first 30 days, this line, this line, this line. The second 30 days would be this line, this line, this line. The third 30 days, so that's major milestones.
Work. And that's work completed, right? Started and completed, so it's billable.
Correct. So like in the workshop, I use an example of the house. In the first 30 days, well, you do clearing and grubbing. You form the concrete, pour the concrete. Well, before that, you do your rough plumbing, rough electrical, that kind of stuff. Okay, second 30 days, we'd be doing the framing and, maybe even the siding and getting the insulation put into, the third 30 days, we'd come in there and put the roof on.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Is that on this type, is that a plus or minus, or is that more exactly they're going to go off of, well, you said 21
No. This is just look, just like your numbers are an estimate, this major milestones is an estimate. Everything's an estimate.
Estimated, okay. Okay.
Yeah, there's no if you get it wrong, there's no consequences.
You know what? I'm realizing that this is not for everybody.
Well, I tried to tell you that in the very beginning when we first had our first conversations.
But you know what? You don't get it until you're in it. It's like, wow, it just keeps coming, and you can't pack all this shit into a bag and hope that you're going to retain it.
That's why I say this is a whole new career, man. I mean, if you want to be successful.
I thought it would like overlap, and it does. Nothing overlaps other than construction. That's it.
Yeah.
This is a whole different animal.
But once you have the skill set,
yep.
You just.
Yep. No.
You just keep applying it over and over and over again. It's the same shit.
And I've got a very technically sound technical and cover page. I just got to build that. So it's just little things here and there. Most of these are the same, but some have like little variances.
Yep.
But it's just getting this set up to where literally it can just keep reproducing it as you go. It's just getting it there.
I concur.
That's the challenge. Okay. All right, man. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you bet, Joel. Have a good one.
Hey, you too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.